Yo, what's good? What's happening? We back. Brand new episode of Threes from the Ring podcast. It's your boy Chris J. Got the boy Trail Sav here.
Heard.
Got the boy Tyler here.
Yo, what's good, everybody?
Yo. All right, y'all. Thanks for checking us out. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the Tweaking Media YouTube channel. We're on the goal to get to 1,000, man. We're almost there. We're a little over 800. We're steady getting subscribers, but we want more. So help these brothers out, man. We're trying to succeed out here. But make sure you share with your people, share the content, hit that subscribe button, engage, comment. We appreciate it all. Just make sure you do it. And follow the TikTok page as well too. We appreciate all the support we're getting on there. Plenty of bank clips to check out on there. So check out the content. We appreciate it always. And follow us on Twitter at 3S from the Ring, 3s from the Ring. So let's go ahead and get into it. Not much going on for this episode, so we might give you guys a short episode this week. But we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. Saturday night main event happened this past weekend, and this is a solid pay-per-view. No, nothing to be overly critical of. Couple title changes, couple decent matches. Overall, it was solid pay-per-view. Solid B- pay-per-view there. Let's go ahead talk about the card. Started off with Cody versus Drew McIntyre, which decent match. Once again, we're getting sprinkling in potential Cody just winning by any means necessary. I personally don't believe it's going to lead to a heel turn anytime soon, but it is something to just peep. But they have good chemistry. This is their second or third match since they started this little feud, so I'm cool with it. I was hoping that Drew won, but hey, it's not looking like it unless something crazy occurs between now and the end of the year. You guys' thoughts on the match?
It was cool. By last Friday when they added the stipulation, I was like, oh, okay, they may be throwing something in there that could make it to where it makes it easier for Drew to come out with the belt on this one. But it, of course, didn't go that way. But it was a solid match. I kind of don't think it's over. I think they stay intertwined in some way, even if they don't have another match right away per se. But I don't think Cody is turning heel before the year's up. I think it's a slow burn type of heel turn potentially. So we'll see what happens. But it was a solid match.
I don't got no opinions on it. Drew losing kind of on the outside looking in, it kind of make him seem like the bridesmaid and never the bride. Which he won championships before. It's just that with him and his Twitter persona, people kind of want to see him do it again. Cody's stuff is getting a little stale because he's good at chasing. Unless he's, a John Cena type and he's there every week, which he's not. And you can feel that Cody's not there. You just feel like it. So it is what it is.
It's part of what's wrong with SmackDown right now. It's like it's not enough.
Improved. And since he's been there kind of weekly.
I mean, SmackDown is okay, but
it's okay right now, but it's still SmackDown needs more improvement at the moment.
Yeah. But
it's like a little bit more consistency with certain stuff.
No, I get it, but the main thing is improved, and that's the main takeaway. It's improved. That's all we need is improvement at this point. So,
but I kind of do think that I don't know, because obviously it's a situation where it's like, obviously Cody is still the guy. Like, even when he didn't have the belt, he's still the guy. So it's like, I'm not mad that they are keeping the belt on him. I'm not necessarily upset that Drew isn't getting the belt. I just feel like in certain ways, if if they still, well, I believe they still see Drew as a top guy. There's no way that they don't. But I just think that even as a heel, it's like you could do a little bit more to protect him in matches that aren't for the belt.
I thought you was gonna still talk, but yeah, I agree. It's like Drew is at that point in his career. It's like if he's not fighting for the belt, then what he's fighting for,
right?
And when he losing constantly, it just makes him seem like just any old type of character, any old type of heel and stuff like that. In which, if this is, if this is 3 years ago or 10 years ago or whatever, cool. But bro, we've been in this situation with Drew being at that top level for a minute now, and since the CM Punk feud, they haven't been able to capture that same, I don't even know how to say it, that same,
It's like that, I don't want to use aura or nothing like that, but it's like, I know what you're trying to say. It's like, they're not putting him in situations to be successful per se.
No, they're not.
Like even going back to the Damian Priest feud, like that was a really good feud for both of them. But in hindsight, if you really think about it, it don't even make sense for Drew to lose that feud, considering that they didn't even allow Damian Priest to go chase after another belt right after that.
Yeah.
So it's like you put him over for him to just go feud and then lose to the net. He losing to Aleister Black right now. No shade or nothing
why
to
he
it, but
loses
it's
to
like
Aleister Black, because Aleister Black needs a win.
right. But it's like even before that, because he came back after the fact. I mean, way after Drew and him and Drew were done feuding. So it's like you could have did something with him by then. That's all I was saying. I think one of them John Cena matches could have been Damian Priest. He at least could have been in a U.S. title hunt at one point, but I don't know.
Well, he was about to, and then something happened because he was about to challenge Solo, and then things occurred. I don't know. I think something happened with one of them. So it was a very weird time.
But yeah, it's just back to the original point. It's like it just could have, like I said, in hindsight, it didn't necessarily make sense for him to lose considering the way that it went. Yeah,
but who knows? We'll see what happens.
But I still think Drew is, like I said, they still see him as a top guy. It's no real worry. It's just more so a writing thing. You just gotta.
I mean, I know Drew don't care because he getting paid as a top guy.
Yeah,
I know he probably don't care. But just on a watching standpoint, like you want things fresh. So now you look at it and it looks more and more like we're going to get that stupid Randy Orton feud. And do I want that? No. Am I have to go sit through it? Yeah. And it's like that's a Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes, something you do after Cody Rhodes win at Mania. Something to cleanse the palate. You know what I mean? Not in a slow period.
I do think that it probably was or should have happened sooner. I think shenanigans that happened earlier in the year probably changed certain stuff.
I mean,
I can't say, it's for sure penciled in, but I honestly think that John Cena heel turn did mess up a lot of stuff.
I mean, it was the execution. The heel turn went bad. It was the execution. You can't have a heel, even if you want to blame Dwayne.
If I had to pinpoint it on something.
You can't blame Dwayne when the so-called super heel of your company working 15 dates. Like, he has to be menacing. Mm-hmm. Now, looking back on it, seeing what we got now, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, now it's just like, man, it felt like Open challenged Cena without him being there every week, but it's still the Cena we know, love, and respect. That's cool. But the whole thing, him not being there. That heels thing, it's just not going to work. I was cool with seeing the heel turn. That shit, I'm still not exactly mad.
Yeah, it wasn't the most.
Yeah, like I wasn't.
The execution.
It was just the execution that messed a lot of stuff up. The heel turn wouldn't have been bad 10 years ago, but
yeah, like it's just it's everything's so limited, and I think also Triple H not being at work kind of hurts this stuff as well, and I kind of need for them to come to work, so
got locked back in.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like must-see TV on that aspect, especially with that championship. Like and it's weird because Cody don't even feel like the guy anymore. The only reason he is the guy is because we know he's the guy.
Yeah, and it's like it's not even Cody's fault per se. It's just like the way certain stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Like with some of the consistency, it has to be better because, obviously, he had to go out and he had to go film a movie, regular superstar stuff. But it's like there's still ways to fill in the gaps that they could have done, and they didn't really.
And it all goes back to the poor booking post SummerSlam. That's all it is. It was just really poor booking post that. But let's go ahead and move on to the next. Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton, which was Tiffany Stratton just saying, "Hey, look, I'm about to muscle this girl down," and literally brutalize that girl. Tiffany Stratton brutalized that girl.
Jade,
around, brother.
Oh, wait, dang.
Yeah.
Wrong part. Yeah, Jade brutalized that girl. Thank you. I'm like, well, I thought I said it right. But see, what happens when somebody has a belt for so long? Used to it. But yeah, Jade whooped that girl ass. I wasn't expecting it like such, but once again, Tiffany was supposedly nursing a knee injury. But it was a good showcase of heel Jade and how dominating she could potentially be. I'm just curious on who they send after her because I'm like SmackDown's women's division is comical. So I don't even know where you guys
bring some folk up, man.
Bring folk up, but it's called make some move arounds too because
move people around, all that.
Because because I'm good on me.
I'm telling you,
I'm good on me Chin. I'm good on Gargano's wife. I'm good.
Bro, just fuck it. Run Charlotte. You need a big feud. Run Charlotte. I know she's a tag champ. You can integrate that into that, bro.
Really can.
Yeah, they've done it multiple times.
Especially with them
too, so.
champs to be, with the women's tag team championships to be exact.
Because they probably finna drop them soon too.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah. You can definitely do that. Or with Alexa wanted to, or even both.
Both. That'd be perfect. You want
have Jade looking like that, that woman. Everybody don't have to be kept strong in this wrestling stuff, bro.
Yeah,
and Charlotte's already Teflon.
She is Charlotte. At the end of the day, you have to give back. Asuka's giving back. Yeah. Becky is the prime example of giving back.
Becky give back more than anybody.
Bayley too. Bayley a little too might like it, but giving back. It's time to give back. So we'll see what happens with who Jade gets next because I'm very curious in regards to that whole situation because I think Bianca is close to coming back for one because once the internet starts doing that, where's Bianca thing, they're close to injury, coming back from injury, more than likely. But and even in that,
I wouldn't be shocked
if you're running that for Mania.
I wouldn't be shocked if it ends up being Nia Jax for her first opponent, just because of recency and then the whole situation with her busting her open during that triple threat match and.
As Jade Cargill would say, cut the crap, bro. I don't want to see that.
I'm good.
I'm just saying, based on what they got going on at the moment.
Jade still ain't the greatest in the ring. I still love her with all my heart. you put her in there with somebody who can help run the show, who can help carry a feud. You know what I mean? Jade gonna talk on the mic. She gonna show why she's the best and things of that nature. You throw her in there with somebody who's going to, help that. Nia Jax, no offense to Nia Jax, the lovely Nia Jax, but she hurt more feuds than she helped. Like there has recently, especially since she came back, there's probably a couple of times I'm like, all right, this Nia Jax stuff decent. Or like real recently,
nothing really.
Nothing. You know what I mean?
Like this year specifically, nothing really.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Again, this, no hate towards her or anything like that. But at the end of the day, like, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, you have to create, like, Jade has to be a big champion. She has to be. Because that's what she commands, in my opinion. She commands, being revered as a champion and things of that nature. And if she's not that, I think it's going to be, a detriment to her reign. She can't be, even though she a heel, I don't even want to see her being a chicken. I don't even want to see that.
No, she's got to be
you showed her as a dominating force.
Yeah, like she got to be dominating. She almost has to be Undertaker-ish when he was in his Dead Man character, but as a heel, like she has to be that imposing. She has to be imposing her will on everybody she gets in the ring with.
Exactly.
And with Nia, you can't do that, especially this is your first feud with the belt. You want to still command that.
And Nia is such a babyface get over the hump type character, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what's the point of you,
turn her heel just to fight.
Turning her face.
Yeah. Turn her back face. Yeah, even then that's
yeah, that's nasty. What's the point?
Not believable.
And it just will ruin her first feud. Out the gate, you have to. The reason it's so important for Jade to have a good feud is because Tiffany's was so bad towards the end. So bad. It was such a bad title reign. So it's so important for Jade to have a good feud going forward. It's because you got to reestablish that that's the big belt for the women. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like what Gulia going through when she has no challenges. You don't want that with Jade, that she don't have no challenges and things of that nature, because then it gets even more stale. So out the gate, you can't run a Nia Jax type thing. You have to go with someone like Charlotte. You have to go with someone like Alexa Bliss. If it's both of them, you go with someone, you call up somebody from NXT and she just slaps that person back down to earth. Call up a Jordan Grace. Call up something that makes it seem like this title reign is worth it. Shake the rosters up. Do some trades or do a draft. But what it looking like now, if it's not Bianca coming to save the day soon, it's looking crazy for Jade's title reign. Now, I don't want to see that because I think Jade has potential to be a person that headlines a pay-per-view just off of her physique and look alone. You know what I mean? Right. Just off her persona. I know she's going to kill it as a heel in the way she talks and stuff like that. So that's what I'm hoping for, and that's what I need. Because they got something with Jade. She is the only downside is her in-ring work. And again, it's wrestling. As long as a person tries, they can be good at it. You know what I mean? So they got something in Jade. She can be a huge star, just like Bianca is a huge star. You know what I mean? And save that match for Mania and things of that nature. But what was the next match after that?
Next, that was Dominic, Penta, and Rusev.
Talk about that.
Hey, look, this was still a decent match. Really decent match to me. It just, of course, Dominic and shenanigans. And honestly, when I looked up because I was watching this at the gig, and I like, oh, Rusev won. That's what's up.
Also,
like,
they got you too.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, shout out to Rusev.
Because I had literally,
like,
I walked out the room for a second, and I came back in, and they Rusev walking around like he won. I'm like, damn, they really did it. I wasn't even mad at it.
They think I know. I'm like, oh, wait a second. I don't think I saw Pitt to tap. So, but once again, I respect Dominic embracing his wannabe Guerrero side. I ain't mad at it. Like, hey, it's clear they not ready to take the belt off earlier. Either way, still a solid match. I ain't tripping on it, but it is time for them to get the belt off, and move on to bigger things over time. But Tyler, anything you want to add before we move on?
It was a solid match. It was fun to see. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I'm enjoying. I mean, he's at the point where he doesn't need the belt, but I don't necessarily feel like he's just holding it. I think they're just waiting for the right person for him to drop it to.
I get it.
And I don't even necessarily think that it has to be Cena. Like, people are fantasy booking it, for Cena to finally get that one belt he hasn't had in his career, which would be cool, but I don't even know if it's going to be Cena.
Exactly, especially with Mysterio popping up on Raw. But
I definitely think his dad is probably going to cost him the belt, though.
Which makes sense, too. I wouldn't be
if they can do it right, bro, they can set this up to where Dom can retire his dad in a mask versus hair match, because that's a match that don't need a belt at all. That's enough on the line right there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. That's still one of those things we still been fancy booked for like 2 years now. But main event, Jey Uso versus CM Punk, and hey, we got what they did. They did what they were supposed to do. Let Punk win. Only thing I will say is people kind of over criticizing the match. It wasn't that freaking. It wasn't even a bad match. It was a solid 3.5. And with CM Punk, look, you gonna put anybody to a solid 3.5 match at the Bears. Main thing is, Jay, get ready to move on, bro. It's fine. You're still gonna be over. People still gonna love you. Internet hates you. It is what it is, which we'll talk about we'll bridge to that gap shortly. I'm just happy for Punk having this moment, genuinely having this moment, and genuinely having the title run that he can be satisfied with when it's all said and done. Because this probably he might get one more run, but let this be a run he could be happy with. Terrell, I know you're ready, but I'll let Tyler get his thoughts off, and then I'll let you.
I was actually ready for Terrell to get his thoughts in, but real quick, I'm just happy he got the belt. There's not too much for me to say on it. I think it was the right person, right time. Jay is going to still, like you say, he's still going to be over, and we just got to go from there.
All right.
So elated is the word. Jey Uso, and I say this in all respect, should be grabbing that tag rope. And with CM Punk winning that championship, Jey Uso can claim his spot at the head of the turnbuckle to grab that tag rope.
Yeah, the turnbuckle.
Instead of getting a hula follow around his neck, he had a tag rope in his palm. And it will be amazing. You know what I mean? It's CM Punk. What else can you say? I don't like where it's going, to tell you the truth, with the next feud.
Yeah. Even though I feel like Jake Paul was due to magically appear.
Yeah.
I mean, I know niggas like Jake Paul, but I'm not too big of a fan, and I'm not really looking forward to that.
I'll say this: he has good matches. I don't think he delivers on actual feuds.
CM Punk is one of the greatest wrestlers of our time. One of the greatest wrestlers of our time. Why waste the small amount of time we have for CM Punk on Logan Paul? CM Punk is not the full time like he was at AEW, in which he wrestles on Dynamites and stuff like that.
But
he wrestles on a couple of Raws.
But he'll pop up on TV every week, majority of the week.
Yeah. So, and I don't know if he does dark matches and stuff like that, but I'm talking about on TV. I don't want to waste what left we got with CM Punk with Logan Paul. And especially with Punk being older, any match can lead that nigga to an injury.
Yeah.
Look at AEW.
And even here, remember?
No, yeah.
Even we got the feud with what's his face?
With Drew.
With Drew. But like, I just want him to go against other people. Just give just a bunch of people shots. Like, we don't have to have a summer Punk. We can have a winter of Punk leading all the way into Mania. And he put somebody over on the big stage. And it will help who's next. But, like, what's going on, I think, like, Hunter has to get in that lab, bro. Like, take the bronze, have them run a tag team division. Bump it until you find out when you want to take the next level of Braun Breaker. Am I lying?
You good now. You was for a second. Your words came through, though. You good.
Okay, and until they find out what they want to do with Braun Breaker. So take the bronze and them to a tag team division. Shuffle up that mid card. You know what I mean? If you got to break up the Judgment Day to shuffle up the mid card, do it. But start bringing more people. Because what's the main event scene for Raw right now? It's Punk. Unfortunately, Jey Uso.
LA Knight. You can still throw the bronze in there technically. Like, they're still technically there. Logan Paul, unfortunately. Logan Paul. Roman when he pops up.
AJ if you need him to be. But he's got the tag belts right now, so
yeah, and then
you know what that says?
And the Kabuki Warriors.
And the Kabuki Warriors. But you know what that says? That says it's time to shuffle things up when you bring a Logan Paul for CM Punk. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. Shuffle things up. Bring NXT niggas in. Take some of the mid cards loose and just shove them up. Just do it. It don't have to be some long feud. Just have CM Punk beat niggas when you need him to beat niggas.
Oh, Luther when he pops and when Luther returns too.
But he beating Cena, so
I know, but I'm just he's still in the main event scene, though. That's what I mean.
I know, and I know a lot of people are in that tournament to fight Cena, so I can understand why we go a Logan route. But I don't want to see that.
No, I'm with you though.
Funny, and I agree. I don't want to see it, but the thing is, I want to see the match because I'm like, look, the man had a great match with Cena, arguably his best match of his career. He has most of the matches come through. I'm curious how a Punk match will look. That's just the only thing I'm like, you know what? I don't want to see this, but whenever War Games or whatever the hell they gonna have this match happens, like, you know what? That was a really great freaking match. Even though we're gonna get the frog splash through the table, we're gonna get a couple other little things, but you know what? And
if I'm being honest though, I would honestly, because I don't know what their plans is for War Games, and I kind of don't want to see a War Games match this year because I feel like they just gonna throw. I feel like they just gonna throw everybody against whoever Paul Heyman's team is gonna be, and it's literally the same. It's the same exact thing every single year, and all of them have been against like either the Paul Heyman faction or the Judgment Day. I'm tired of that. So to be honest, granted, I don't necessarily want to see the feud neither, but I would rather see Punk versus Logan at Survivor Series than have Punk leading a War Games match this year.
And honestly, Punk injury wise, because that last year's War Games, Buzz got hurt. Like, they were wild. Bronson Reed literally lost 2 ankles But yeah, I'm very curious on the match. I don't want to see the feud, but I'm curious. And also just we'll bar that nigga up. But hey, now before we move on to hoops, just gonna bring up the question. Now, we ourselves have been critical of Jey Uso on this podcast, Natro especially. But is it's the hate warranted? And it's more on the internet, because at the end of the day, when that man pops up, the pop is insane, no matter what. It is what it is. Because at the end of the day, I'm always gonna listen to the people who's gonna pay with their pockets instead of cry on the internet for the free. So, but either way, is the Jey Uso hate warranted? That's and I will, Daytra, just let you lead with your answer, your thoughts on it.
Yes. I think hate is a strong word when we talk about wrestling, right? It's an extremely strong word. But at the end of the day, is Jey Uso that caliber when he has a long main event run? A few months or something like that, cool. Or a year in which he do, cool. But this dude has won a Royal Rumble. This dude has won a championship at Mania. This dude and what can we look back on that and say, man, that was fire, other than the entrance? So I think it's warranted to be extremely critical. Hate is again a strong word. If you want to throw paper balls at him and stuff like that, that's cool. But to be critical, yes, he got the heat in the crowd and stuff like that, and people, do the animations. That's cool. But you at a show, people are going to do that at a show unless you are absolutely the most boring person in the world. You know what I mean? Jack Swagger had people saying "We the People" when he came out. I ain't trying to watch no Jack Swagger matches. So as long as you have something that the crowd can get behind, it's gonna be good. But even when that bell rings, the crowd goes silent for Jey Uso, because they kind of know, like, hey, he ain't that good. It's I like. I always joke about the tag rope thing, him needing to grab a tag rope. It's jokes at the end of the day. But I like him more as a tag team wrestler, bro. Because him and his brother are some of the best to ever do it. But when you start doing this, when they start trying to push him as a single star and only a single star, bro, I'm not with it, bro. And I think it's warranted to be real critical of him because of that.
Respect. Tyler, your thoughts?
Honestly, I agree. I haven't been as critical as most people, but I do see where it all stems from. Like Trail said, like, it was cool. Like, I still stand by him winning the Royal Rumble this year was a good idea, just because it was something that nobody really expected. And we haven't really got that in a Rumble moment in a while. So I think that was the right decision in the short term. I think in the long term, I'm never going to sit here and say, something that I can't do. I can't wrestle. So I can't say if somebody really phoned it in or not. And I'm not going to say that because I've heard people say it. And I don't think we'd see something if he really phoned it in. But I do think, when it comes to some of his moveset and, some of his singles match makeup, it's like sometimes he does kind of, spam, yeet spam, spear spam, super kick spam, and that's it. In a lot of his matches, he was just becoming like a two-trick pony, and it was kind of, it just started getting boring, bro. Like, I can't get mad at nobody saying that, like you said, hate I think is too strong. You don't care about these people enough to hate them, for real. But yeah, the criticism is warranted. Just like we criticize anybody else. We criticized Roman at one point for not being there enough when he was having the run of a lifetime. If he's not above criticism, his cousins can get it.
I agree. And just for us to wrap it up, but yeah, I feel it's a mix. Like, it's more. I feel like it's more the fatigue. we've seen Jay really, even like when Roman first started the head of the table tribal chief gimmick, they was pushing Jay as a solo star, then as a solo guy, not even a star, but a solo guy with Roman dubbing him main event Jay. And that was primarily because, hey, I'm not going to wrestle on SmackDown, even though it's the beginning part, he still was wrestling matches on SmackDown. I'm not going to wrestle this guy who I'm about to fight for the title. You are. Then I'm going to fight him on the pay-per-view. Cool, you know. Then they separate, you know, they go their separate ways. I wasn't really mad at Jay being in the mid-card like that. It was cool. Then eventually see, like, you know what, dang. It's cool. The entrance is really great. It's exciting. He wins the IC title for a month, and then I think he loses it back, whatever. And then you're like, you know what, okay. Wins the Rumble, you're like, oh, okay. Interesting choice, but it is what it is. And then he beat Gunther in Mania. Yeah, he beat Gunther in Mania, tapping Gunther out at that. That's the best decision, but hey, based on storyline, I get it. Afterward, it should have been, you could have tempered them a little bit, but hey, Roman still don't want to be in a picture like that. You want to keep Punk safe. You brought LA Knight over for SmackDown, and it's like, okay. And at the same time, now it's like, okay, we're rooting for this guy, but it's time to slow it down. And I feel like for some people it's the fatigue. Some of it, they just tired of Samoans taking over. Some people is just, look, he can't give us 5 stars. He spams moves, which wrestler doesn't. But yeah, we're tired of his poor in-ring ability. We want better. Because among the Samoans, he probably is, him and Solo's probably worse in terms of in-ring. But different subject. I'm gonna rank that one day.
And I do think that they built him up from start to finish well. I think that is I think that can be used as an example of how to build somebody up into a main event position. But like you said, I think fatigue just kind of set in with a lot of
case of fatigue. And I will even make a case, this is just my closing statement with it. Now, let's just say after Gunther got the belt back, beat him up and got the belt back. That happened. And then Jay's just off TV, or he's just thrown into the mid card, constantly losing. What would be the argument then? Would it be we fumbling Jay Uso talks for the engagement farming for that? Because rent due? We don't know.
That's gonna happen regardless.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The conversation would change either way.
Like, that's why you can't listen to the internet to really see to really get a feel of, is it really fatigue or not? Because sometimes the internet just be talking. They gonna switch sides every other day.
Exactly, and that's just either way. People over exaggerate. I just think it's more of a extreme fatigue. Yeah, we like him, but we rooted for him. We wanted to see him have his moment, but it's like, hey, look, do that with LA Knight. Hey, do that with Penta. Hey, do that with even though there's some people starting to do Braun Breaker hate, man. I'm like, y'all tweaking off that.
I think that's a reach.
And I'm like,
with that.
Y'all need to get a job. But other than that, I'm like, look, it is what it is, though. At the end of the day, it's fatigue more than anything, and people just ready to move on. But let's go ahead. We're gonna talk hoops. Biggest thing going on in basketball right now. Spurs finally took an L. Spurs finally took an L, and a couple other little things. The Lakers are 5-2, and they beat the daylights out the Blazers with Aiden and Ronnie's teammates in the G League. So still weak overall. But the biggest thing going on, we on Ja Morant watch officially. So after that was the 50-point game, Luka came back from injury and gave them 50, right? Or was that the awesome? Yeah, okay, making sure I'm getting the games right. But after Luka came back from his finger was hurting, and knee swelling. He said, you know what? I'm about to give these boys 50. And Ja only gave that man 9 points back, unfortunately. And in the process of that, after that game, Ja said some critical things about the coach. And the coaching staff say, hey, ask the coaches. Coaches were critical on him. And it's just like, yep, we're all in. Ja got a 1 game suspension. And here we go. We're officially on Ja watch. Now, I think we did say during the season preview that Ja was somebody to look into if in terms of big trade among all-star, star-level players. And we are already there, barely a month into the season. So, with that said, Trell, your initial thoughts on what's going on over there in Memphis?
I think this situation kind of been brewing. I think this situation been brewing the moment Josh said we good in the West. And there just was a bigger spotlight on Ja since then. Not even just from, the internet, but also from the organization of saying, you talking checks that people got to cash. And Dylan Brooks did that thing. And Dylan Brooks got scapegoated. And then after that, you're not as good as you were when you was the 2 seed or whatever they was at that time. Now you have that off the court stuff in which it seems like you're not 100% into basketball. I'm not saying he was. I'm not saying he wasn't. But now people still putting a bigger magnifying glass on you. And now even more people are wondering, like, is Ja worth building a franchise behind? So on Ja's end, it's kind of like you guys fired a coach that played the style of basketball I like and brought in a guy that I'm not too cool with. So now Ja's really frustrated. And you can see it on the court. If you watch Memphis game, Ja not really moving on offense and things of that nature. He not moving hard. But also, his minutes ain't as large as they used to be. So it's on both ends, and I don't know how you resolve that without getting rid of somebody or having to sit down with the coach and the player. Because it's between them two. And I don't know the GM relationship with Ja, but I'm pretty sure it ain't good because they fired Taylor Jenkins.
Exactly. So, and brought in these, like the coaching staff, these are your people. You brought these guys in even under Taylor Jenkins in the first place and said, you know what? In case we want to fire you, we got our guy here, which is still a little messy in itself.
But they're not the only team that does that too, as far as like having like the real coach that they want in the tuck. But still, it's like, and then it's just it was the timing of when they did it too. It's like they were back to making the playoffs.
They were a top 4 seed at the time.
And it was 5 games left in the season, and you let Buddy go. It's like it just didn't make sense. Like I don't care what team you are, letting your coach go 5 games before the playoffs is nuts.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It's just not a good look.
It's not a good look at all. It makes no sense. I don't know. Again, I don't know.
I think if he's gonna talk to anybody in management at this point, it's probably gonna have to be the owner, because he's the one really cutting the checks. It's like, does the owner really want him there? Does he rock with the owner like that, if at all?
I mean, what can he do if he don't like the owner? You can't do nothing about that.
Pretty much.
At this point, it's like I definitely would want to. If I don't rock with the owner at all, and I'm into it with management, I'm at the point where I definitely don't want to be there no more. Then,
I mean,
and I get his position, but I slight get their position in a way. Just if they want to base it off as just his, whatever they consider his behavior detriment to the team, so be it. I don't understand the minutes restriction though, if it is a restriction, because in a lot of ways that could look at people could be looking at that from the outside looking in as like, oh, you punishing him by taking away some of his minutes, which at the end of the day, that don't help.
He is slightly injury, has been injury prone the last year and a half. So.
He has, but at the same time, he ain't been Embiid injury prone.
Yeah, but he hasn't been available. That's another thing. Like, screw, because even then, I wouldn't trip if you put me on the minutes restriction. It's not that deep. Like playing 30 minutes tonight and still averaging 20 and 7 like so far for the season isn't bad.
Yeah, he's still getting his numbers. You gotta think about it the way the players think of it too, though, because sometimes they think of that as like you punishing me.
You also messing up his stats.
That too.
You messing up his stats. That's messing up his
You don't get a certain amount of means, you know, you missing out on awards, which means you missing out on incentives in your contract, you know, stuff like that. So it's a couple things that complain to that situation.
And that's fair as well, especially if you feel like the minutes that you're on the court, you should be out there for. So, but it's an interesting situation. Hopefully things work out, but like I said, if not, hey, it's teams that need point guards. It is teams that's willing to get a young star. Because look, I feel like he's gotten his act together, at least in recent memory. He's been fine. We haven't seen no crazy headlines like we did a few years prior and all of that. He seemed like he got his personal life situated. With that all said, get everything situated in their own court is like, gee, what the heck? Especially, look, he could be an all-star if it wouldn't give him. Like, ain't like he's been playing bad at all. He just got cooked against Luka. Look, everybody's getting cooked against Luka, so that'd be a shame, though.
But then just talking about like his lack of effort, I mean, just in terms of that, I do feel like as a star, you still can't really have. It's still no excuse to have nights like that.
Yeah, I agree. Like the effort thing,
but
I get it.
It's just the mix of the situation that the optics of it make it look worse. Because to be honest, I don't even look at it as bad because literally the game before he hit a game winner for them.
Exactly.
So it has to be something else going on that motivated that.
Yeah, it's just him and the coach just don't get along. They not vibing, and it's just at the end of the day, I'm the highest paid player, and I feel like dude ain't using me right, or if we're running a system that is conducive for the team. Also, I'm just throw this out before we move on. You have a guy who somehow has a defensive player of the year, and I could probably out rebound him. So with that all said, y'all got y'all priorities incorrect, and plus y'all have injury prone ass bigs. So y'all have bigger things to worry about, and the coach needs to motivate somehow the guy who has one of Anthony Davis's or even Rudy Gobert's defensive player of the year, because he can't rebound, and that triggers me more. But anywho, that's JADE watch, so we are under JADE watch. Now let's go ahead before we wrap this up. Are the Chicago Bulls legit? And this is a very interesting thing. I've watched a couple Bulls games, and even though I think right now they're playing and getting slapped up by somebody, the team is still looking very solid. And it's crazy to say this, they are a fun team to watch. And it goes back to a theory where I'm probably another two episodes away from pointing out a theory, but I'm gonna leave it once that time arrives. But Bulls got a squad. Matas, that boy cold. Josh Giddey, keep him away from Lane Tech, but that dude been hooping. Vooch, either he's gonna end up staying here or he's gonna command a decent haul back. And Kobe White hasn't came back yet. I think he's supposed to come back tonight or the next couple of weeks. So hey, they got a squad, and I can't be mad. And it's just simple fact, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest difference.
I don't want to use the word legit yet, because I've seen this story countless times with this team, which I don't want to get excited until after Christmas. But it is safe to say that the Bulls can survive not being a play-in team. Let's put it that way, because that's their favorite spot is the play-in territory. Can the Bulls survive not being a play-in team and somehow remain the top 6 seed in the East? Troy, your thoughts?
I'm not going to say anything because I'm on tape saying, can I join Spurs fandom?
Oh yeah. Oh, before we wrap up, I'm gonna reply to our comments.
So I'm Gucci. I can't say a thing. Shout out to the Bulls though, but I'm closed-lipped on that one.
Tyler.
Y'all know me. I'm like, I can't not be a Bulls fan, but I'm not too much of a fan to tell you when they're bad, which I have the past couple years. I'm glad they put together a string of games and this team looks fun to watch during those games. I'm not gonna sit here and over exaggerate it like, oh, they can be a top 5 seed. Like I'm not gonna say that. But what I will say is, like you said, if they still look decent after Christmas, at best, they could be as good as the Pistons were last year. And that's it.
All right, not mad
at best. But we only 2 weeks in, so things can change between now and Christmas. So
yeah, because like
at least be good. Matter of fact, as long as they good until Christmas, because I plan on taking my dad to a Bulls game for his birthday. So be good then. You got you good then, and y'all win, or at least play good and don't get beat up. I'm gonna say nothing bad about y'all the rest of the season.
Hey man, look man, it's fine if the Bulls get beat up. Just make sure it's against a good team. You know, like last year, I was taken to a Bulls game. Boy, that was a beat down. Shout out to the Pistons. They said, "Hey man, we're gonna make you guys feel like feel what Mike felt in '80s." But either way, it is what it is. But hey, I want the Bulls to be good. It's a good feeling. The Bears are fake decent right now. The Bulls being fake decent would be good for the city, man. It was a tough spring because the White Sox were mid. The Cubs was literally contenders. They made the playoffs, but hey, they wasn't real at all. So that all said, let's have a good fall going into the winter. You know, and see where things go. That'd be nice for the city. It'd be nice. But before we wrap up, we did shout out to the San Antonio Spurs fans. Some dudes say we have to pay you guys to join the bandwagon. No, but they said we have till next year to join. So at this point, we are officially a Pro Spurs podcast. With that,
well, first of all, we've all been pro Spurs dynasty in here for the longest, so I'm not paying. I'm not paying.
I deleted a certain episode when we were watching the Pistons, and me and Daytra was watching the Pistons versus Spurs Finals Game 7.
You should never did that. That was nasty.
I deleted the episode, so that don't exist.
I fell asleep.
Yes, you did.
Hey, scratch all that. Hey, what they be saying? Poor Vita, bro. Poor Vita, whatever that hashtag be.
Like I said, that episode don't exist. After
Lost Files.
Lost Files. G, good luck.
We Spurs logo. I might come in here with the Spurs t-shirt on one day. Who knows? I'm down.
So, hey, we are officially
Spurs agenda.
We are a Spurs podcast, Pro Spurs podcast. G. So we'll be very minimal slander from the Spurs. Until further notice, G. So we are officially that. And dude said we got to pay you guys. No, nah. Either way. So can't wait to get Jeremy Shohan on this podcast because that's so powerful.
Nah, Jerry Shohan disrespected LeBron, so we can't do that.
Oh wait, well, hey, look, you might come correct.
Now there's hierarchy to this shilling. All right, there's hierarchy to this. Okay. I'm gonna be a Spurs fan. That's the thing, man.
Hey man, either way. And plus, Tim Duncan is a Bears fan, and with that said,
I see
5 to 3.
there's the connection right there, man.
Exactly. Tim Duncan knows pain. So Tim Duncan's happy right now, G. And he might be happy if we beat the Giants next week. But anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this episode up.
Aren't the Giants like terrible this season? Or was that the Jets?
They lost half of the white power that they had. So their defense is just a little scary, but we'll see. But they'll be fine. Anywho, we appreciate you guys as always watching, listening. We appreciate you guys, all the support. Make sure you guys are sharing. Make sure you guys are letting people know you rock with us. I didn't do this in the beginning of the episode, but please make sure you guys check out a new episode of Attack on Culture. Cam and Trail gave you guys their thoughts on Nintendo and their packs being told no. You guys aren't the only ones who control Pokemon-like things, my nigga. And Gaming Awards is coming up, and they talk about potential nominees coming up for that as well. But we'll go ahead, make sure you guys check that out. And Cam got you guys on the gotcha. And check out the Never Late review on Ghost of Yote. You guys did a great job on that as well. I meant to tell you guys that, but you guys did a really great job on that. Check it out. If you haven't purchased Ghost of Yote and you need that little additional push to do so, check out that review. And just check out that review. And you will be forced to be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and drop this 70 ball on this great game. But let's go ahead, wrap this up. Appreciate you guys. Y'all be smooth. Check us out on TikTok, UTM Clips. Follow us on Twitter at 3S from the Ring, 3's from the Ring. And peace.
Peace.
Peace out.